Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Good morning. Good morning. How are y'all doing today? Hope you guys are all having a great start to your morning. It is Friday, January 23rd, 2026, and it is 7:29 my time. Market opens in about 1 minute. Gonna share our link with you all, and there we go. What is going on today, guys? How are you all feeling? How are y'all doing? How was your week? I'd love to know. How is your trading going this week so far? Any new members out there needing a little help or struggling to lock in profits? I'd love to help be of assistance to you. Let me know. How are you all doing? All right, markets are open. QQQ at $620, basically flatlining from yesterday. Not really making any new highs, as you can see, and not really making any new lows either. So just kind of sitting right around these levels here, and I could draw kind of a more of a picture here for you as far as some levels go, just so you can see what I'm kind of looking at here. So QQQ, very horizontal, not really doing much. It was selling off during pre-market session, but looks like it is trying to run up now just a little bit. So we need to get a break above 622.67 or a break below some of these levels here. So let's see. NVIDIA pushing up nicely, up to 189. Beautiful move by NVIDIA. And Intel, I wanted to go over this, down 14% from yesterday. A huge drop. Huge drop on Intel. 54 down to 46. A 15% drop, guys. And it could definitely continue to drop even more. It's below the moving average, and it'll retest previous lows, maybe around 45, maybe even lower. So very interesting to see. It can go down as low as even $35. So Intel definitely not looking so good today, which is unfortunate. Right. There we go. Live chat. QQQ. Retracing, getting rejected off of that moving average. Bitcoin right now, not doing much. Again, trading kind of horizontally. I'd love to see more of a sell-off. Good morning, Raj. What are you trading today? I am not currently in a trade. We are waiting for opportunity here on this Friday to see what happens. If QQQ begins to sell off, then I may get into some SQs, as this is a triple leveraged ETF, inverse ETF for the NASDAQ. So if we get a significant sell-off on the NASDAQ today, this could push up easily, 2% to potentially 7% today. it's a little bit cheaper. So, I wouldn't mind picking up, say, 20 shares, making about $4 a piece. That could give us about $100 per share, but only if QQQ begins to sell off more than what it is. It needs to break this support level. Nvidia is doing a great job by holding up at these levels, so I could see it maybe getting rejected a little bit, as it's a very horizontal pattern as well, but at the same time it doesn't have to. VIX overall is at a 15. Usually when it's above a 20 or higher, the markets are more volatile and they're more likely to sell off. Doesn't mean it still can't sell off. It is below that moving average on the 1 hour. It's above it on the 30-minute. But yeah, we could also see QQQ just completely go up. So, no trades yet. Everything's kind of going along with the market here. SoFi trading horizontally. Intel continuing to sell off. Netflix pushing up slightly today. Hood pushing up a little bit here. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything that I like. Bitcoin is selling off a little bit. We'll see if it recovers. It could potentially trade MSTZ again, as it has been trading horizontally. A nice 6% profit. QQQ going to be testing the lows of about 618.50, so we'll see what happens. Bitcoin down to 88,900, so this will be retesting lows of 87. Again, just being patient, not trying to give back any of my profits from this week. And yesterday was very choppy, guys. We traded this move and we made 2.5% to the downside when MSTR sold off. But man, it was a weird trade, really quick actually. Took about an hour and we locked in profits at the end of the live stream, and then it just kind of sold off, pushed up, sold off. So Bitcoin can push up, doesn't have to. But I'd rather buy Bitcoin when it's up, or I'd rather buy MSTZ when Bitcoin is up here more, trading against this resistance level compared to down here, because I get a better average price, right? I'd be getting an average price of 1370, 1380 compared to buying at the top over here at 1425, 1430. QQQ selling off. Bitcoin also selling off. We are going to see a drop. Let's go 20 shares of MSTZ for this breakout. Love to see this sell off more. Doesn't mean it has to, but it is indicating signs of more selling pressure. Getting rejected off of that 45 EMA. MSTR can definitely come down much lower. Okay, buying a light position here. light position on Bitcoin. If we could break 88.4, then we can see more selling pressure. This could have been the move here. So the huge red candle, just kind of like yesterday. Same thing. Around 6:30 in the morning, it pushed all the way down to 88 to about an hour. It took about an hour for this drop off. For Bitcoin, it was about a 2% sell off. Could we see another 2% sell off? It's very possible. You know, anywhere from 2% to potentially 2.5% for Bitcoin. We'll see. MSTR continuing to sell off here. And Bitcoin is super oversold. You guys see that here? This leg. Bring this up for you guys. More continuation to the downside on Bitcoin. Whereas QQQ is trying to hold above 618. Now this could be just a very quick scalp trade. Or Bitcoin could sell off more. So we'll see. It looks like it's already recovering. Trying to recover. Let's see. Got about $200, 20 shares. Nothing too crazy. I'll buy the dip if it comes down. Huge drop though. Now that could have been the move. Somewhat like yesterday, buying at 14, selling at 14.45. That's already about a 3% move right there. Bitcoin recovering just as quickly. QQQ pushing up. See if it goes above this moving average. It's definitely possible. QQQ back up to 620. Big pump up. Look at that green candle. 620.50. Very strong push. Bitcoin pumps, then we will add some more to our MSTZ position. Also, if we want to go long on with Bitcoin and MSTR, MSTU is a little cheaper. So if you think it's going to recover, you could buy at $8 to $9, sell at around $9. It's only about a 30-cent profit though. MSTU doesn't really have great margins compared to MSTZ. Yeah, it's still about 40 cents, 30 to 40 cents right now in margin potential. $14.30. I think my average is like what, $14.32 right now. 14.28. So my average is 14.28 right here. QQQ coming back down, getting rejected off of that moving average, which means SQQQ could potentially pump. If QQQ decides to sell off, SQQQ could push up. VIX is at 16, so it is going higher, which means there is going to be more volatility in the market. Bitcoin with another possible leg down. Should have bought the dip right there at 1430. Go down lower, but doesn't mean it has to. Looks like I found some support at 88,500. Right around 88.5. So I'm going to wait for this to push up and potentially sell off a little more. Oh, I thought you guys might think this is funny. I shared this in the Discord with everyone. In the, is it the main trading chat? Oh, the off-topic chat. It hit Bitcoin 90,000 2 years ago. Bitcoin 90,000 now. So it's not looking so good for Bitcoin. We're gonna add very light, but it is gonna bring my average up from 1428 to probably like 1436 or 35. But I did add another 20 shares, about 40 shares, $500. I don't want to miss this run up if it does begin to run up. I'd rather make, 20 or 40 bucks. Might not be 100, but MSTR selling off. Okay, MSTZ up to 1450. Up almost 1%. Looks like I got poor quality here for some reason. Poor stream quality. Bitcoin with potentially another leg down. I wouldn't mind adding more. Obviously, I wouldn't mind adding more if Bitcoin sells off more. Let's see if we get another run up. A double bottom here. But it looks like it's pushing. Oh, very nicely. Our swing trade is doing nice. Up 2% on the day, about $4. Netflix pushing up as well, up almost $5 or 2%. So not bad. Our swing trades are starting to play out very nicely. QQQ holding above 1619. Bitcoin with a double bottom. Let's see if this begins to push up higher. If it does, I could always buy more shares for a better average price. Very light position today for myself. Usually I'm already in with 100 shares and I'm locking in profits. So we're taking this one a little bit more easy today. Just taking our time, being patient. I have all day to trade, guys. All day. This is just the first 30 minutes of the market. But I do like how Bitcoin is getting rejected continuously off of this blue line here. I'd love to see it sell off to 87. That could potentially make MSTR sell off to like 155, which would be nice. So we're just waiting to see if that happens or not. Always remember to set your alerts. There's nothing wrong with setting alerts, guys. Alerts and trend lines. Alerts and support and resistance levels. Those are your best friends. Go Bitcoin with a strong push up. See if it gets rejected here at this level. Okay, Bitcoin pushing up a little higher. Going to be retesting some previous levels here. When looking at it from a bigger picture, it looks like it's making a somewhat of a lower lows. Maybe not lower lows, but lower highs for sure. Finding some support around 88,600-ish. Potentially another drop. Gonna add another 10 shares down here at 1437. Now we're up 50 shares at $700. So if this pushes from, 437 to 15, that'll be about 5%. About $35 or so, almost $40 on the day. And the higher it pushes, the more I want to buy to short Bitcoin. That's what this track record is right now. Just, even the moving average is coming along line with the overall high of resistance. Do you guys see that here? So it's starting to get below this previous resistance level, which means it's just going to make lower lows. What are some companies you guys are watching? Go ahead and let me know in the live chat on YouTube. What stocks or ETFs options, futures. What are you guys watching or trading today? I'd love to know. Remember, these live streams are for you, and I'd love to answer any questions you have. There is no wrong question. So let me know. Is there anything I can do better? Is there anything you want to learn or know more about? You can ask me while we wait for our trade to play out. I am more than happy to talk about other companies as we're waiting for something to happen, because nothing's really happening right now. There we go. Bitcoin selling off again. I mean, MSTZ is pushing up. Love to see it. So the more we buy these highs on Bitcoin, the better share price we get when MSTZ comes back down. We bought at the low right here. So as it pushes up, we will actually be up more money than we were before. So now we're up $4 here at this point compared to being up $4 at that point. And then as it goes up higher, it'll go up more. Let's go ahead and take a look at some other companies here. Looks like QQQ pushing up to 620 and 30 cents again. So it's testing the moving average once again. It's either going to get rejected the way it did pre-market, or it's going to push, and if it can break this resistance of the green line, the moving average, then it could push up even higher. So we're just watching and waiting on that one. Open selling off to 616 today. Strong rejection off of that moving average. Sound, huge rejection off of that moving average from $11 all the way down to $10.50. I think I'm going to take Chipotle off. I'm not really, no one's really interested in it. I'm not really interested in it anymore. Intel, I mean, this could potentially be a nice swing trade once it finds support. You know, this can be a nice move back to the top here. I do believe they did report earnings, but even buying at this level, going back up to 55, that's 23% profit potential. What were the what was the news actually? Intel price target to 45 from 41, raised to 45 from 35. So it was already at $55, but everyone raised their price target. This says raised to 54 from 46. This one says maintained with a $30 per share. So a bit of mixed emotion. 42 to 35, 30 from 25. So, I mean, some of it looks pretty positive here. Let's look at the analysis. Average 42, high of 65. Yeah, could be a nice little dip buy opportunity. Again, I mean, this thing could come down to 35. It can come back down to 41 and retest 41 moving average as support. It can come all the way back down to 35 for people to, you know, really pick it back up on Intel before they buy again. So I don't see anything wrong with Intel. Their PE ratio is extremely high. I think it's like a 13,000. I just watched a video on it last night, so that's not good. So we might want to wait for that to cool off a little bit. Even PayPal is only like a 300 EPS compared to Intel. Netflix pushing up to 85. Hood coming back down to retest this moving average at 107. Nvidia trying to hold above the moving average, and it's doing good, very well. Lulu selling off. Amazon still holding. Apple selling off today, down 1%. Google trying to hold above moving average. Tesla Tesla got rejected off of this moving average during overnight hours on the 4-hour time frame. So we'll see if it can get back above it or if it's going to sell off even more. I believe Tesla could go to $300 as a car company. Microsoft pushing up very nicely. QQQ, there we go, breaking that moving average. Like we said, we're going to see a break and a rally, or it would get rejected and sell off more. A nice break above. It just hit 621.80. We'll see if it holds up at those levels. Bitcoin not doing much on this end. Just waiting to see, does this rally strong and we buy more shares of MSTZ? Wouldn't mind loading up a little bit. Raj said Big Bear AI. Okay, let's take a look at Big Bear. Let's see if we have it on here. Big Bear AI Holdings. All right, BBAI. Looks like it's selling off. Look, bye, honey. Love you. Have a good Friday. That's my oldest daughter. Look at this. Okay, BBAI. Oh, looks like we've looked at this company before. Looks like it was a penny stock around $1. Looks like it broke previous resistance, which now creates a strong support. Looks like we're getting quite a bit of resistance around 660. But also there's some highs. There's some highs of $8.30, $9. So there is potential to be had here. It is holding above this moving average very nicely. The green line, that's what I like to see on the daily. On the 4-hour, not doing so good. Looks like it is selling off. Huge sell-off yesterday. So if you bought at 533 on Wednesday and you sold yesterday, you would have made 13%. If you bought yesterday or today, not looking so good at all. You're down about 2 to 3%. So I'd be very careful with this one. Looks like every time it touches the moving average, gets rejected, comes back up to try to cross over, gets rejected. It tried all day yesterday and overnight hours to cross over this moving average, and it just keeps getting rejected. So be very careful with this one. It's also below the VWAP, so that is important to many traders. Could be a nice dip buy opportunity, but hey, I'm glad you're calling stuff out. You're checking out different companies on your own. Are you trading this? Are you invested in it? Are you shorting it? Are you going long on it? Tell me a little bit about your position on BBAI. I'd love to know. Okay, Bitcoin coming back to test moving average. MSTZ is selling off. Trading it. Okay. Are you trading it long? Trading it short? Like, are you shorting it? Or are you trying to buy the dip? Strong rejection off of that moving average for Bitcoin. I'm gonna buy another 10 shares here. And again, this is just small increments of buying on MSTZ. Again, I could buy 100, 200 shares right off the bat, but by keeping your emotions under control, by buying small increments when direction makes sense or when you have opportunities to buy, 10 share increments, 20 share increments, you can slowly add to your position here. So we have 60 shares now at 857 market value. Down about $4 at the moment, but again, not trying to trade with emotion. That's why we like to keep this covered up, because we are not trying to trade with emotion, okay, guys? No long with cash account. Okay. So buying these lows for the opportunity for it to push higher. I can respect that. Buying at these levels, trying to get back up to $6. What's your stop loss and your profit target? Do you have a stop loss if it drops below a certain point? If it drops below $5 or $4, we're just going to keep buying more. Also, where is your take profit? You're going to take profit at $6, $7, $8. Are you hoping to push for it to push up to 10? I'd love to know a little bit more about your plan here. Share it with the team. Share it with us. Let us know. Maybe that'll encourage more people to talk about their trades as well. Okay, 50% say strong buy, 50% say hold. Low average price target is 5, average is 667, high of 8 price target from some analysts. I don't have stop loss. My target is 1 to 2%. Okay, all right, 1 to 2%. That's very achievable. If you're buying these lows and it goes back up to retest moving average, you can get a almost 2.8% profit. Okay, looks like it's starting to recover here. Find some support around 575. If we can get above this 45 EMA, then we could see this push up a bit higher on this company. So very nice. Great job. Bitcoin getting rejected off of that moving average. Love to see it, which means MSTR should begin to sell off as well. And that'll give us a better opportunity for MSTZ. Gonna add 10 more shares here. Whoa, huge move back. Buy a few more at 1430. Thanks for explaining. No, thank you, Raj. Appreciate you sharing your trade with us. That's what it's all about. It's all about people coming together and sharing their thoughts and ideas. And that way we could all grow together, sharing their trade plans and what their expectations are. And I love that you're not trading the same thing I'm trading. You're not trying to copy my trades. I love that. You're going out, you're finding opportunities that make sense to you. You're understanding and practicing. That's the most important. You're practicing your trading style, what works best for you, what works for you. You're using cash, you know. I always suggest to use paper trading or fake money for new traders, and you might be a little bit beyond that point. Or you're trading with a comfortable enough amount of money that you're okay with losing, or just overall, you know, comfortable with your position size and your trading account, cash account. So very nice. Now, are you using WEBULL? Are you using, what platform are you using to trade? Okay, Bitcoin pushing. Gonna buy a few more down here. Bought another 10 shares at 14.23. Bought another 10 shares at 14.30. Bought another 10 shares at 14.29. And then another 10 shares at 14.23. So we'll see if Bitcoin does begin to sell off of this moving average. It looks like it is getting rejected off of it. Same way we saw yesterday. I would come up to break out, get rejected, come up to break out, get rejected, get rejected. So there's no sign of a break in a pattern yet. It's just retesting. So I'd love to see it make lower lows so MSTZ can push up. We have 79 shares, almost 80, about $1,124. A few down about $6, nothing crazy at the moment. But some of my shares are tied up in long positions. I did buy a few shares of AG and C yesterday, as this does pay a monthly dividend. So I want to showcase to our group the power of getting monthly dividends, the power of growth as well. You know, buying this company in April at $7, getting monthly dividends, and it pushing up 62%. So you're getting 12 cents per share on almost a $12 company now, which would be about 11% profit. But before, you're getting 12 cents per share on a $7 company. I mean, what is that, a 13, 14, 15% profit a year on a very small company? Could be a little different. My math's a little off, but 62% profit overall in, you know, what's that, 8 months, making $4.62 per share, but then also getting these nice monthly dividends as well. So we are trading that. We are buying some shares of that and accumulating, even though it's at a somewhat of a high. It does that. It'll push up, it'll sell off, it'll push up. Maybe we'll get a sell off here. I'm excited to see what happens with this company. Overall, pretty solid though. Just trading kind of horizontally for the most part. Very nice though. So I do have some shares of AG and C. I have some shares of Hood. Go long on Hood from 107 to potentially, 120, even 150 potentially. And then Netflix, of course, I got shares of Netflix for a swing trade. I want to show our traders that we can day trade, we can swing trade, we can hold long term and get monthly paying stocks to do the work for us. And eventually we'll add some ETFs and we'll really start growing this account. Right now, I don't want to buy any companies at these overbought levels necessarily as far as ETFs go, like VOO or SCHD or stuff like that. So like, let's take a look at VOO. I mean, see, they're at $633. It would have been nice to buy the dip at 622, 615, even 600, right? For a nice long-term position. SPHD, Invesco, they're at $49, but it would have been nice to buy 45. Although they pay a dividend too. They pay 20 cents per share now. Main Street Capital's another good one. As far as dividends goes, they're paying 25 to 30 cents every single month. 25 cents a share. So you had 4 shares, that's $1 every month in dividends. If you had 40 shares, that's $10 a month. If you had 400 shares, that's $400 a month. Oh no, that's $100 a month, right? Math could be a little off on that one. But yeah. All right, Bitcoin pushed up to that 88.9. It triggered it for a moment and it began selling off again. Love to see it. See how low it can go. Looks like QQQ is beginning to curl over as well. I just got my alert again. Yep, touched 622 at resistance. We'll see if it begins to sell off more. And that will drive everything down with it further. MSTR touching this key level here, getting rejected. I would have loved to have buy more shares around 14.20 if I was just a little bit more patient. Buying down at this level. But I bought some shares down at that level too. Potentially a 2% profit. What's my share price now? Let's see. 14.33 average share price. Okay, so not bad. 14.33 is my average share price, just below the average, nothing too crazy. Again, this trade could take the entire day to play out. Take the whole day for this to play out. Overall, though, it is below this green line, the 200-day moving average, and it's below the blue line, the 45 exponential moving average. So my indications are still clear enough to say, hey, let's hold on to this position. There's still no reason for me to get out of this trade just yet. Take a look at Irene. Irene has been on a lot of people's radar. A penny stock company pushing all the way up to $76, selling off to 30s, and back up in the 50s. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. We'll see if it gets rejected here at this level or not. For some reason, night hours isn't on this. What a weird color to have for Irene. What even is this company? And why is all these widgets all messed up? I like to look at this analysis part here. I wonder why it's not even in this for some reason. Profile. It's like I have to reconstruct this for Irene specifically. Oh, because it's Australia based. Owns and operates data centers powered by 100% renewable energy. Its facilities are optimized by Bitcoin mining, artificial intelligence. Has an $84 average price target and a $136 price target. Interesting. Bitcoin selling off. It hit our alert right at 88,500. Ooh, huge dip down. Huge dip down, guys. Look at that. Whoa. Whoa. Bitcoin making a new low. Testing support around 88.4 now. Whoa, huge red candle just instantly, just bam. Love to see that. And let's see it drop some more. MSTR back to under 160. Which means MSTZ is back up to pretty much our break even. We're just shy of our 1433. Okay, potential to make about 1%, 20 cents per share. So 1% looks like it's only going to be like maybe $10, $10 or $11. It's not going to be a lot. Buying down here at 14.18 could result in about 30 cents a share. or closer to like a 2%. So not bad. Just let's see how low it can go, if it can sell off even more. MSTR selling off. Still can come very low, guys. It's below that 45 EMA. It's below the green 200-day moving average. I'd love to see this come down, you know, even 1 or 2%. It can come down 1 to 2%. Then our MSTZ position could go up 2%, around 1460, to 4%, about $15. So I'm looking to sell about 1460, 1470 to $15. That is my price target for MSTZ. And we should be back in the green. Well, we were briefly for a second. See what happens today. Still a descending pattern. Okay, nice push up for Bitcoin. Nice little rally. Well, probably a short-lived little rally here. But look how small on the scale of things. That big move we saw here is so tiny that it's almost insignificant. All right. So we've been trading, or we've been live for almost an hour, guys. Are there any stocks, ETFs, or companies you'd like me to look at for this Friday before we end the live stream? I'd love to go over those with you. If not, we'll probably be coming to an end with the live today. QQQ back up to 622, retesting it as a previous resistance level from yesterday and overnight hours. Seems to be a lot of resistance right around this level here. There we go. Looks like it broke above. Broke above this resistance. We'll see if it holds. There we go. It broke out of its range for the day. Just going to push back up to 630s. Potential. Very nice. QQQ, Nasdaq market pushing. 624. Let's see what INTC is doing with this push. Not much. But it should be helping my Netflix and my hood. Yeah, not as much either. What's pushing up higher? Not Nvidia. Amazon. Apple pushing a little. Google. Microsoft. Microsoft is what's really holding the overall NASDAQ market up very well. Can't just be that company though. Let's see what else. QQQ holdings. Sometimes they'll change their holdings. Let's take a look at what they're holding currently and what their weight is. This was updated 6 days ago. Watch your eyes. Watch your eyes here, people. Okay, it looks like 104 holdings. NVIDIA at 8%. They have 190 million shares of NVIDIA. Apple at 7%, Microsoft at 6%, Amazon at 4%, Google at 3%, Tesla at 3%, Meta, Google, Walmart, AVGO. Okay. We used to have Meta on our list. Meta looks like it's pushing a little bit. We're going to add it back to our long list. We might not trade it, but it is a good company to just watch overall. GOOG. Also the other Google. It's weird how there's two different Googles on. I always wondered what the point of that was. I guess one's for, whoops. Oh, I took QQQ instead of Google. There we go. Goog. Yeah, I don't really see almost the same exact price. Alphabet A, Alphabet B. Now I do have NVIDIA right here. I got Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google 1, Google 2, Tesla, Meta, and then, I mean, it goes down from there. Like, we got Walmart. Whoa. Walmart with a nice little push. I wouldn't mind adding Walmart to the list. 118, maybe even for like a long-term position eventually too. Walmart's constantly selling stuff. It's always busy when I go to Walmart. AVGO is another popular one. AVGO. Broadcom Inc. We've been watching this company for years now. Looks like it is coming up to a previous buy range area. I'm going to add this one to the list as well, just to do it. AVGO at 13. The list is going to get a little bigger. And then, of course, after that, you got Costco, MU, Palantir, AMD. What are Palantir's doing? PLTR.
It's 19 degrees outside.
19 degrees outside? Dang, thank you. Ooh, my beautiful wife brought me some coffee. It's that time. Live stream will be coming to an end so I could sip on my coffee. Remember, trade with your plan, not your emotions. And today is caramel macchiato. Caramel macchiato. AMD also is another company that I wanted to watch. Palantir. Some of these companies should be in your long-term trading account. I mean, you could just buy QQQ, apparently, you know, obviously. AMD. Ooh, AMD shot up 4% today. Yeah, our watch list is going to get a little bigger, guys. But that's okay. More companies to watch. You know, maybe we're watching them. We're not necessarily trading them, but we are watching them. There's nothing wrong with that. AMD at 264. And Palantir at 167. I like to do it in order by price. Like kind of in my own terms. I don't really necessarily like to use this little widget here as far as price change. But what I'll do is I'll put VIX up top, then SPY, then my QQs, 3 leveraged long, 3 leveraged short for it, and then the smaller priced companies. And then as we go down the list, the prices obviously get higher and higher. until you get into some of these big tech companies like Meta and Microsoft in the hundreds. Some like Amazon was trading at $1,000 or $2,000 one time before they had their stock split. So, anyways, Bitcoin again still just kind of within this range, getting rejected off of that 45 EMA, sitting MSTR down a little bit more. So we're just going to be holding on to our position a little bit longer. If you guys have any stocks, ETFs, or anything you guys want me to take a look at, I can. Is there anything you're watching today? Anything you're trading today? I'd love to know in the live chat room. It is Friday, so another successful week of trading. It was a short week because Monday the markets were closed because of Martin Luther King Jr. Day. We like to call it MLK Day. My daughter called it Milk Day. I'm like, no, that's not what it is. It's not Milk Day. Wife said it's 19 degrees outside. That's why I'm all snugged up in my super warm thermal type sweater. It's very warm. It's not really cold in here, but you know how it's cold outside? You kind of get like the same like cold vibes. You just want to like snuggle up in a blanket. So yeah, we're just gonna set our alerts and move on with the day. No point staring at the screen all day. But when our alert goes off on our phone, while we're out and about doing stuff or just hanging out around the house, then we can make a better decision on what we want to do. So some of these trades can take all day to form. Some of these trades can play out in an hour during our live stream. And some can take 5 minutes, just a quick 5 minutes. We've had plenty of those days where we lock in $50 to $100 in the first 5 minutes. Some days it takes longer, or we're waiting an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. And then there's some days where it takes an entire day, or like last weekend, there were some people who shorted Bitcoin on Friday and they locked in profits on Tuesday, holding a short position over the weekend because they saw value in Bitcoin selling off from those highs of 97. What was that? Friday was the 16th. They sold on the 20th. So they're buying on right here on the 16th where all this consolidation was. And then they sold on the 20th, which could be very lucrative, right? So let's take a look at that. Buying on the 16th, right before market close, which would have been about 2 o'clock my time. And then selling on the 20th at market open, which would have been around 7. Dang, yeah, look at that. 5.5% sell off, and they held that over the weekend and they locked in some good money. That was down in the tens, I think. Friday the 14th, right? Buying anywhere within this range of $10 to $11 and selling on the 16th. Wait, why is the 15th open? Oh, my bad. It was the 16th. Buying on the 16th, right around here at 12s, and selling on the 20th. Nice 13% profit, $2 per share. So, just depends on what your trading style is, how aggressive you want to be, how patient you are. I myself am not a very patient trader. I'm not patient. I'd do better probably trading momentum stocks pre-market if I could wake up early enough. But it's just not something that I want to do at this time. All right, so it looks like Bitcoin is continuing to stay below this moving average. We could see some more selling pressure. MSTR not doing much either, just kind of flatlining. Kind of the same setup as yesterday. I mean, just kind of flatlined below this level. So it's making lower lows. It's just taking a little longer for it to happen. MSTZ, uh, we're down about $9. That's very manageable. Got 80 shares at a $1,122 market value at the moment. We're looking to take profit around $14.70 to $15. And, if this just goes against us completely, I'll just cut my losses at, around 14 bucks. I might even hold a little bit more, but um, yeah, that's my trade idea and my trade plan. I'll keep you guys updated in the Discord and we'll let you know what happens. So, appreciate your time. Like always, remember, let's end the year on a green note, and we will see you all for our Sunday stock talk this Sunday at 6 p.m. my time. It's about 8 p.m. Eastern time, and yeah, I'm excited to host it. Make sure you guys have your stock picks already set up, so when you come into the live stream, you can share those stock picks with us, and we can go over them together. And then we'll have another week of live trading Monday through Friday. So excited to continue the year. It's January, so we got, what is it, one more full week of trading to end the month, and then we'll go into a new month. So yeah, all right. So I appreciate your guys' time, and you guys have a great Friday and a great weekend. See you later.